Hey guys, it's Nick here. So, I had an unboxing video I wanted to do, but I recorded the video right before I had to go to work, and then I realized my microphone wasn't turned on. So, yeah, I screwed that one up. I can still show you guys what I got, but it's not going to be as exciting, I guess. But at least you don't have to watch me open the thing for like 12 hours or whatever. Alright, first thing I got was, I really got to make sure, just ate, so I'm making sure my hands are clean before I touch this. Uh, I saw this on there and I was wondering what it was on Buy, so I bought this. It's like I think it translates to the Pool of Rings Adventurer's Journal, um, but it's not the same Adventurer's Journal as you find with the game. It actually, let me move this. It's I don't know. It's hard to explain. There's a bunch of stuff here. I wouldn't say it's a guidebook because um, like they don't have all the maps. They do show quite a few maps and stuff. In fact, maybe I could like show you here. Like, and this isn't based on the Famicom version. It's based on the PC '98 version, which I do own a copy of. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure what this is exactly, but it's still pretty cool. This is Sokol Keep. Uh, Again, there's a map. Um, I'm just trying to read some of it, but yeah, this will be interesting though. I'll have to like translate this. But yeah, it unfortunately doesn't have all the maps, but it's still pretty cool, and I'm glad I bought it. Though, I mean, my favorite game of all time. I was actually thinking about. I mean, would you guys want to see me play through the game again, like for the month of November? And maybe I'll play through the Japanese version because I already played through the U.S. version twice. Um, yeah, I mean, let me know if you want to see that. I'll try to make it happen. Um, Now, most of the stuff I imported were just DVDs, so nothing too special. But there are a few other things. So I did get a couple PC Engine games. So here I got Sengoku Mahjong. It's funny because I actually bought a YY Mahjong for the PC Engine at a local game store a while back, and on the front they had a sticker on it that said Sengoku Mahjong, but no, it's a different game. That one's by Video System. This one's by Hudson themselves, and it was one of the earlier titles on the system. As you can see up there, it's Volume 10. So yeah, they had their like little series for a while. Um, Next one is Power League, released in the U.S. as World Class Baseball. So Sengoku Mahjong was composed. I love this game's soundtrack. It was composed by Tomotsune Maeno. Now you might know him for composing the music for the NES game Princess Tomato and the Salad Kingdom. I was never a big fan of that game because I'm not good at games like that, but it has a bit of a following in the U.S. and I know some people like it and some people even like the music. So yeah, he did the music, and I think that guy's like, I think he's like 63 now, so same age as Weird Al, funny enough. And then we have we have Power League, or whatever you want to call it. There was also a Sharp X68000 version of this game, and I actually thought Sunsoft developed it because it seems to be just a direct port of the PC Engine game or TurboGrafx game or whatever. But I was actually told by a Hudson staff member that at that time they weren't making computer games, so I'm pretty sure it was outsourced. But this game features music by Daisuke Inoue. So Daisuke, I've talked with him quite a bit, and he's a really great guy. And why is my microphone? My microphone's not loud enough, is it? Okay, there we go. I had to turn down because I was recording some background vocals last night for my next song, which I will release sometime soon. I wanted to try to have it done in the next few days. I don't think it's going to happen though. I'll probably do it like the week after. Um, Anyways, so the game doesn't have credits, and for many years people didn't know who it was. I asked this one guy who who worked at Hudson. He's like, it might be Daisuke Inoue, but I don't know, you know. So I messaged Daisuke, and he pointed me to an interview with Takeaki Kunimoto, you know, the guy who composed a bunch of games for Hudson. And he pointed me to this interview where Takeaki was interviewing him, and yeah, they talk about the game. Of course, I'm not fluent enough in Japanese to know everything that they said, but it was still pretty cool to to hear him talk about it and everything. Yeah, Daisuke and Takeaki have worked on a lot of games together. I didn't know this, but Daisuke told me that he worked on Adventures of Dino Riki for the NES, and he also worked on Mickey Mouse Capades, because for the longest time those games were only attributed to Takeaki Kunimoto. But yeah, they worked on a ton of games together. They did Milan Secret Castle. Yes, it's Milan. And but Daisuke only did the bonus stage for that. And and they worked on Robo Warrior together, Bomber King. Now, I also wanted to bring this up too because I think early next month, November, Takeaki Kunimoto is releasing another one of his soundtrack CDs. I think I showed you guys these before, but I have like all of the soundtrack CDs that he released. Like here's the one for. Why is there a CD here? Hang on. Okay. And the cool thing about these CDs is Takeaki actually, instead of recording the game music and putting it on a CD, he actually does something way better. He records the original sequenced files that he wrote on his MSX computer. So he would record them, and I think I showed people the MSX computer I bought a while back with a bunch of broken keys, but it was the same one that he used, a Yamaha CX-7. If you can look it up on online. But he used one of those. I think he used FM Music Composer 2 to write his music, and he'd record them on tape, and then he'd send it to Hudson Soft. And Hudson Soft's programmers would implement it into the game. So that's pretty cool. So I'm really looking forward to that CD. I'm going to buy it. Unfortunately, Bayou won't work with it. You have to use their other service, their main service actually, Tenso. That's how I got the other CDs. Although he did give me the JJ and Jeff CD for free, which was really nice of him. So again, they're probably not watching, but Takeaki and Daisuke, thank you so much. Domo arigato. Yeah, you get to hear me speak Japanese. Don't I sound? It's pretty interesting because when I speak Japanese, I don't even have to alter my voice or anything. I just sound like a completely different person. You know, if I said if you just heard my voice going, "Konnichiwa, watashi no namae wa Niku desu," you know, it's like what? You know, like you wouldn't recognize my voice probably, but that's pretty cool. But yeah, go check out their work. My favorite work of Takeaki's though has got to be Hector 87, or as it was released in the U.S., Starship Hector. I just love the music for that. But as you guys know, I remixed JJ and Jeff, and I arranged break-in for as if it were on like an MS-DOS, sound chip, YMF 262 as it would be. And Takeaki actually loved my arrangement, and he posted it on his web blog. That is a high honor. I mean, I can't even tell you how good that felt. Someone you look up to is like, not only says that your work is good, because anyone could do that, but they post it on their website. That is pretty cool. That's a huge honor, and I almost wanted to cry, except I don't cry, so there's that. And then on top of that, so this isn't from my imports from Japan, but these local game store had a bunch of like complete Namco games that I bought, so I thought I'd show them off to you guys. So this is Keru Naguru by Game Studio, and I'm gonna be referencing them in just a little bit here, but this is kind of like an RPG. But Game Studio was founded by Masanobu Endo, who worked on Namco's Xevious, and so that's pretty cool because even though he left Namco, the two remained really close, and that was pretty, it's pretty cool. Then we got Family Boxing known in the U.S. as Ring King, and as you can see by the price tags, that's the reason I was buying them. They're so cheap. Most of the Namco games are. And this one is called Dokukan Ryu Masamune, which I think is some kind of RPG. And it's rumored that either Nova or Arc System Works developed the game, so that's interesting. There's no credits, so there's no way to know. And then we got Sanma no Meitante, which is another one of those like celebrity games. I'm not too familiar about the celebrity it's based on, except yeah, it's one of those games where you work with this guy as a detective, kind of like JJ and Jeff, Kato-chan, Kenshin as the detectives, But anyways, back to Game Studio. The game store also had this. This was Wizardry 2 for the Famicom. I'm also really surprised that there's actually a credits. They put the credits in the weirdest place, which is the box top. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Game Studio made this. I do have the first game on NES. Unbeknownst to me, they actually released an official soundtrack CD for that, but it's really hard to find, and it's a few $100s, so I'm not sure if I'm ready to do that just yet. Maybe later down the road. But the music in this game was done by Kentaro Haneda, who sadly passed away some years ago from, I think, cancer. But it's really cool to... Fortunately, the soundtrack CDs are uploaded on YouTube, and I did that with the HAL Game Music CD because, one, I highly doubt HAL Laboratory is going to go, hey, you need to take that down. I mean, it's an old CD that's not made anymore. They're not making money off of it. If they ever want to re-release it, I'd be able to take down the video and pay money for it. But there's a 99.9% chance, I think it's safe to say, that they'll never do that. So, and even if they did, it's like I would just give people a download link, probably. So, I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about the movies that I picked up. So this is, I don't remember how to say it in Japanese, but this is Scary Movie 3. And I had to get it because of the Oh Shizzle Gizengar scene. I was wondering how they did that, and I just watched it, and it was really hilarious how they did that, as far as a bunch of other scenes, like the funeral scene, like when they, they're rocking the body back and forth in the coffin, and the coffin collapses. It's pretty funny. So that's pretty cool. I didn't watch the whole movie. I did watch Raiders of the Lost Ark in Japanese a few days ago. That was really cool. I liked that one. And then we have Young Frankenstein. So I actually do own a Japanese copy of this, as well as one of the other movies that I got here. But so you're like, well, why'd you buy a second copy? So the first copy did not have the Japanese dub on it. This is like I think a 35th anniversary edition or something. It's the HD remastered version, as it says as it's translated down here. This one, I believe, has not only one but two Japanese dubs on it from the Laserdisc version. Yeah, Laserdisc, that. So I'm really looking forward to watching that. I've seen the movie before in English, and it's freaking hilarious. Just watching it in Japanese is gonna be even better. Okay, next one is Baby's Day Out. And you're like, why that movie? I think Roger and Ebert kind of argued whether it was a good movie or not. How I knew about this game was the unreleased Sega Genesis game, and then later the Game Boy game, the Game Boy version, which was from the lot leak, so to speak. To make a long story short, somebody hacked into Nintendo's servers during 2020, and they dumped and released a bunch of previously unreleased stuff. The ROM for Baby's Day Out on the Genesis was available for a while, but you can download that one fine, but the Game Boy version is part of the lot leak, so But I also got this movie because shortly after watching Austin Powers, thinking about Vern Troyer, who tragically passed away not too long ago, I think a few years back, I think. He was, I think this was the first movie that he worked on, and he was the baby stunt double. So I was watching Goldmember in Japanese a while back, and that was pretty cool. And speaking of which, I want to say really quick, rest in peace, Robbie Coltrane, because I watched Tomorrow, or The World Is Not Enough. I watched that literally 2 days before he died, in Japanese, of course. I had to watch it on my DVD player though, because the DVD won't play on my. It still region locks it on my computer. So, yeah. So far, The World Is Not Enough and Phenomenon are the two movies that won't play on my DVD player. So fortunately, it's a rare thing, and even if it is, again, I have a Japanese recorder. Isn't that weird? Like, okay, just as a little rant here before I go on. So it's perfectly legal for me to import these DVDs and watch them in my country, but yet they're region coded. You know, so even if it doesn't work on my computer, I could still perfectly legally import a DVD player like this one and watch the movies on there. Perfectly legal for free. Well, not free, but still for a pretty low cost. AVGN did a rant about DVD region code and DVDs in general, but yeah. And then this is Castaway. This one is surprisingly heavy. I feel like there's a lot in here. And again, I got this because one, I wanted to hear Tom Hanks scream Wilson in Japanese, but also it was only like a few bucks. I'm like, yeah, I'll get that. And in case anyone's wondering, no, I haven't watched all the Japanese DVDs I own, but I plan to. But anyway, so this is Goldfinger. Once again, I already owned this movie, but didn't have the Japanese dub. So for a while, I was trying to get one that did have the Japanese dub. And every time I did, my order would get canceled. Kind of like when I was trying to get Snatch. So finally, I found a copy that I could get that has the dub. And wouldn't you know it, he's... Oh wait, no. So, never mind. I was going to say that he was voiced by... James Bond was voiced by the same guy who did Kenshiro. But that's... I think GoldenEye and The World's Not Enough and or Tomorrow Never Dies. And then, because I played the NES games, I had to get the Ghostbusters in Japanese. Yeah. I'm sure these will be a lot better than the game, though. You guys know I usually like games that are deemed crappy by other people. I couldn't even stand Ghostbusters. I think it was designed well, but it was executed poorly. And then another game I've been playing recently is Bram Stoker's Dracula on the NES. So here's the movie. I did see the movie quite some time ago, but again, quite some time ago. All I know is Keanu Reeves' performance is just god awful in that. But Gary Oldman as Dracula just negates that. It's worth seeing just for Gary Oldman himself. I mean, it's awesome. The only crap thing about this DVD is it's one of the few that is only it only has Japanese subtitles. So if I want to watch it in Japanese, I'm just gonna have to remember everything that's going on and whatever. And then this one, I've been looking forward to watching this one for a long time. The Japanese dub of The Devil's Rejects, or as they call it in Japan, Murder Ride Show 2, Devil's Reject. So, yeah, this is... oh my god, this movie's going to be funny to watch. I remember me and a friend in high school, who unfortunately is no longer my friend, but we would joke about that. Alright, so a few more things. This is a music book I got, Blues Rock Best. And there's some really good songs here. I mainly bought it for Smoking Gun by Robert Cray. It'll be cool to cover that sometime in the future. But once again, these are really cool books because they have they're not always transcribed the best, but they, you get all the vocal, guitar, keyboard, bass, drums. It's really cool. Someone took the time to transcribe that. And I like who transcribed it. It's credited to Snufkin Company. So, whatever that is. I tried looking it up online and I could find nothing. So maybe it's someone's alias. And the last things I got are pretty obscure. And I might get weird looks for this, but I gotta try it here. Okay. But I got two Kaikutsu Zorori things. Yeah, I got a hand puppet and I got a plush because everyone I know who likes the show has the plush. I just happened to see the hand puppet for really cheap and I'm like, yeah, I'll get that. This is pretty cool. The reason why it looks so different, this one, is because this one's based on the comic version of the thing. This guy is more based on the anime version. So, and yeah, going back to Austin Powers, Zorori's voiced by the legendary Koichi Yamadera, who voiced Austin Powers. I actually thought him doing, Austin Powers and Dr. Evil and Goldmember were so good. I actually had my dad borrow my Japanese copy of Cold Member and watch it in Japanese, and he was like, "Holy crap! Yeah, that guy like nails the voice." So, yeah, this is Zorori. It's kind of weird. How do I explain this? Okay, obviously it's like my pinky and the thumb here, and then like my index fingers on the bottom, and my two middle fingers are on the top. It's hard to explain, but it's weird to control, but still pretty cool. I don't know. Might have to have a secondary character in here. Have to like do some vaudeville or ventriloquist kind of stuff. 俺はゾロリです。俺様. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that. It's getting weird. Yeah, would you guys like to see me do a playthrough of like Pool of Radiance? Or I was also thinking, I have to do Lands of Lore. That's one that I never did finish. Like, I beat the game before, but when I was doing my Let's Play like a year or two ago, I got to the final part of the game, and then I realized I had to have a certain rogue level in order to open this one chest. You had to pick it open, and since I didn't upgrade my rogue level throughout the whole game, I couldn't go any further. So I had to like pretty much say screw it and delete my game. I don't think I deleted it, but yeah, I mean, whatever you guys want to see, I try to provide it. I'm on a much better schedule now, so that's awesome. But anyways, I think that'll about do it for now. So if I don't see you guys anytime soon, I'll see you guys after Halloween. So I hope you all have a very happy and safe Halloween. Will I be working on Halloween? Let me see. Yes, I will. Okay, that's fine. Because I work the swing shift, so it's fine. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I will see you guys later. God bless. Peace out. Have a good one. And again, happy and safe Halloween. I'll be watching you.